those 60 foot. Go alongside Danny Madeira.
Just got Funny Bike and Junior drag bike to go before we go into Jasmine with a really good job of riding from about half track onwards. The bike did not want to go straight at all. We got a little bit of crosswind.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that was what trying to shut her over, but definitely didn't want to go straight. So Mike Piggott and Aspen the Noble. Again, this bike is another legal pro-stock bike. I have a feeling in a few weeks' time we're going to see him running in pro-stock bike at the main event. Should be against Danny Cockrell. I saw Dan down there, but he's taken his gloves off, so he's not going to make the run, unfortunately. That's a bit of a shame. At 156, he gets qualified for now. Not for the running.
So Pete Slade's up next.
It for Comp Bike, it is Funny Bike.
Yeah.
Qualifying position number 1.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the messenger starts coming alive with messages from Funny Bike. Simon Campbell's messaging, morning, unfortunately, storm not here this weekend. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, storm not here this weekend. We'll see you at the Sportsman Nationals at the start of June. Okay, but we do have Funny Bikes here, and they are below. So it's Martin Zylstra and Sean Branch, the first pair. unfortunately, he's just stepping aside, like not wanting to do what he wants it to do. So yeah, he's been pushed back from the water box. Frustrating. To the point where I think he'll probably take that back to the pits. Then we get after this, we've got Junior Drag Bike, and then we get into Comp Eliminator, the parent makes chocolate block of Comp Eliminator cars. Very, very strong entry from them this weekend. Then of course it will be our first qualifier for Pro Modified, Nostalgia Funny Car, Nitro Funny Car, and everything else that will follow that. So make sure you are here for all of that and in a good viewing position.
That bike's so a big car. He can run considerably quicker than that. But yeah, it's a shame that the Storm team didn't make it out here this weekend. I get why they worked very hard. If you just want to exhaust yourself by reading, go and check out their Facebook page. My God, it's endless. I mean, it's like that with a lot of races, but it's just endless banging head against brick walls sort of stuff. But that's what engineers, that's what, well, I guess people like doing. It's fun. So I think that was the last funny bike of the session. Yeah. We've got Genie Drag Bike and I beg your pardon, sorry. The Rigamoody Stress.
Oh, wait, has he? He has got it up. I thought he's good news. Okay, so Dave Peters is not 100% there yet, I don't think.
Stands out the beams, that's it. It was going well for Amir until he tried to grab second gear. Dave Swift with problems, I think that's his first run of the season. Really enjoyed the trip.
Just getting up on the walk, it's 1969 to just 59 miles an hour, and then we'll clear the track with no problem at all. So spin around, have a look in the lanes to see. Well, next on here will be Spencer Trapp with the Camaro,
and underneath us, is that Keith?
It will be, no, that's Dan. Keith will be in the Nova.
See, this is what I've got you like. I keep up with that one. So how come Keith ended up driving the last, was it last
Interesting day for Dan. Yes, I'm going to keep the legs keys down there. First run yesterday for Dan, the car purpose wheel stand, came down and thumped it a bit hard and broke the suspension strut. So then had to get it fixed and everything, which they duly did.
I was just going to say, it's not exactly a team that's going to be phased by a suspension brake.
And then runs 2 and 3, it just didn't work, so we'll see what happens today.
So the idea is to go as far under 10.95 as possible, and as far in the air. At 124 miles an hour, that is a whopping 7 tenths.
That was good.
More than 7 tenths up his index. So we're just having a quick clear up after Dave Swift, unfortunately. So everyone's just going to be in the right hand lane or the slip trick lane for the moment. Shall I say very good morning to Daryl Deeprose. Thank you very much indeed for having a terrific name, the world's best name, I do believe. It's actually the greatest name in the world. Yeah, it's the greatest name in the world, and the world needs more Daryls, basically. So, Daryl, very good morning, mate. Hope you're doing well. I don't know whether you're watching in or sitting on the bank. One of the two. Mate, really? Even though everyone's waving like mad. Anyway, morning. So Spence on a bye run.
Right, Spence double classed at sprint speed, 1 Nostalgia Superstock.
Jamshed with Silver Surfer. Rob Smallworth with the Dirty Dog 55. I can also see Reuben Dawson over there. And a car I've been really looking forward to seeing. This is a car that's purpose built for Comp Eliminate if I've ever seen one. It's Ben Macy's Autumn.
Oh, it's a phenomenal car. It really is. It's, wow.
That's what Comp in the States is like. It's basically, it's not small, you know what I mean? Kind of small octans, that kind of thing. Very, very competitive indeed, and he's got a really good chance of running very well indeed and being very competitive. One of the reasons, I messaged Simon Goff the other day and said to him, so you're entered. He's got VW, you've entered into Comp at the main event. He said, why have you done that? He goes, well, to annoy you at the top end. I said, okay. Well, that's fair enough. You can annoy me anyway, you don't have to do that. And he goes, but he also reckons that the car can run nearly second under the index.
Really? Wow.
Well, it remains to be seen. We'll see how it works out, but that's the plan. So it's not about having the fastest, as we know, it's not about having the fastest car, the quickest car. It's all about having the car that you can tune to go as quick as you can, based on what you have. Okay, I'm not sure Dave Swift's getting another stab at it with driving back to the pits actually. Yeah, the crew are double checking underneath to make sure there's no leaks. That car of Reuben Dawson's, I presume that's the big one.
The yellow one, yeah, that's the what's called the Honey Wasp.
How?
He hasn't told me the reason for the name yet. Keep forgetting to have that conversation, but basically it's a supercharged version as per Nix. So it's a 350 with a supercharger instead of a naturally aspirated 427. But it's an older car. Yeah, so different. Nix is a 2000 and
one of the last ones.
One of the last ones. Yeah, Reuben's is an older car.
Okay.
You see the shape difference when they come round. And then he's got the third one, which now resides in America, and he'll drive that car in America.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I was anyone thinking any different. So he's obviously enjoying racing.
Yeah, fantastic. But obviously because of the hookup with David Barth,
I saw
running the grey Coco at the main event.
That was one of the names, I think, that when I saw it on the internet, I had to do a double take. I thought, hey.
Yeah, no, he was due to race at Spring Speed, but the boat, because the car had been shipped over, but the boat didn't stop at the UK, went straight off to Antwerp. So, yeah, the car's in exactly. It's in the UK now.
So he's actually said to be American Sydney.
And then who knows? There could be a couple more coming through.
So, right, we'll do the pair we're on, and then we'll come to that in a second. Rob Smallworth with the Dirty... No, I want to talk about it, but Rob Smallworth with the Dirty Dog 55, another super modified car, 7.99. Rob is well capable of running in the mid-sevens. Rob is one of the victims. Anyone that has a few too many whiskies and goes on eBay late at night, Rob did that and bought this car. Goes 913 at 156 miles an hour again. Taking gently to start. So here comes the aforementioned Honeyboss. That's Ben Mace with the Audi Boss. Phantom. Now Ben's been around in VW DRC for some time. Does run this car in the VW DRC as well, but also in Comp Eliminator, where his index is. Well, with a lot of potential in there. And Ruben Dawson, 9.20.
Well, yeah, let's say Ruben's going to pulverise that in theory, because the car at Spring Speed did go into the sevens.
Talk about murdering your index. Why do you do this? Well, the thing is, Nick's done a lot of days.
Yeah.
In all fairness, Comp Eliminator is about going quick, it's also about preserving the index. And Nick's absolutely destroyed his, I think.
But mate, when you see that Ruben will go and disappear, but I'm just preempting that Ben will build up the boost and then get his running. Should be interesting.
Maybe not. Followed by Ruben Dawson with a 796 and 100. That's the race that you definitely wanted to see.
He's left a lot of smoke there though.
3 miles an hour for Ruben. Fair pace, what a run. I knew that car had dabbled in the sevens.
Yeah, well
That's
that's a sledgehammer into it. My goodness me, what a run that was.
that's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I think he may have hurt it in the show, I'm not quite sure, but wow. But Ruben, what point is that? 1.3?
He's got his hand in the piggy bank.
Oh, yes. It's the cash point again, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully it's cash point. So yeah, Ben Mace 1.11 to 60 foot. That was a fabulous run for the Little Auto. We're doing a track check in Kestrel Lane because it may have been hurting itself all the way down. Hopefully not. Hopefully for the track's sake and definitely for Ben's sake with that car as well. That looks like a lot of fun to drive, that car. Less than 2,000 cc's, less than 2 litre engine. Am I going to make a guess and say that's an Audi? Is that a 2 litre Audi engine? I presume that's what that is.
Must be.
Yeah, 2 litre Audi engine, 755 or 77. But no one's sprinting for the tracks, which is always a good sign. The defending champion Comp Eliminator is coming round next to that. Minus 1.23.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, they're checking the shutdown and getting the tractor is called for at the moment. So Gary Carr with the boiling point had a terrific season last year.
Yes.
Won the championship. It was a stiff competition, let's face it. He's going to be going alongside Nick Williams. I was amazed when I saw this car. look around it on the top end. You've done it now. You've been on the top end. It's really cool, isn't it? Watch everyone come around the corner and see his face is so happy. But Nick's going, because it's supercharged, it's got the instruments going. Like he said, it's the bottom of the top end. All you can hear is it because it's got so hot. It amazes me, it's still got real communication.
Oh yeah.
Everything in it. It's still like still kind of a family car. So, Ruben's index is 9.20, what's it?
850 something.
I think Nick's index not that long ago was 9.0 thereabouts, wasn't it?
So Gary Carr and Nick Williams. Gary Carr, of course, with the boarding points over Nick with the Copo.
So, can Nick run a 6? He might have to if he wants a number one. I'm only joking, of course. If he wants to run the number one spot. However, if he does run a 6, there'll be a lot of Americans on the phone going, well, how did you do that? The other thing as well with US races coming over here is they get a lot worse weather conditions. I know, yes, we get rain and stuff like that, but it's so much cooler over here. The air is so much better for running these cars. I tried. There's no connection. So Gary Carr's Nova will play a very long line. With that number, 11.16 to 116 for Gary Carr.
Okay, so we're down to the start line.
Yeah, Colin will be making his way down to the start. Which is the wrong way round, isn't it? It's normally me that wanders out there, but there we go. So, yeah, Colin just going to be zooming down the steps onto the start line. We are just going to be so Colin will be down there, walking past various speakers and squeaking, I'm sure, on the way. But yeah, we're just going to pause racing for a couple of moments as we have a moment, unfortunately, that tends to be all too frequent the older you get. However, it never lessens the
God.
Richie for giving him that huge moment of silence and letting Martin send his own personal
Man.
tribute to Richie's family. Thank you for all joining us this weekend, and thank you for letting Richie be a part of our family
Smoke's gone
as
next
well as
door.
yours. Just a
Oh,
huge
man.
thank you to all of you.
So Martin pulled safely off the top end. He did click it around about 1,000 foot. Give the team a massive cheer. Again, sadly without Richie hanging outside and trailing as he did like no one else. So we're putting everybody back in place. The tracks will make a couple of laps in the Slick lane. And we're going back into Motorsport UK Pro Modified qualifying session number 1 for 2025.
Whilst doing that, Nitro FM, if you can take the airwaves over, and we'll be back with more qualifying here at the Festival of Power.
Live race commentary sponsored by the Dark Revenger.
All the big ones and now put your hands